Oh, okay, there we go. I am recording. Can you guys record?
There we go.
Yeah, you're
record.
okay. So
All right.
if we get to expectations and ideal state for our charter, how would you guys prioritize? I think Raphael said participation is most important. Do we all agree with that?
Yeah, participation is very important. I would
So
definitely agree.
How would you guys organize it then? Like 1 through 5. Sarah, go.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
How would you organize them? I mean, we'll assign percentages, but what's most important to least important for you?
Oh, going off of the Google Docs?
Yep.
Okay, give me a second to open that up.
Do you have it open, Ethan? You want to go first?
Expectations.
I mean,
so
it's
participation, productivity, then communication, and teamwork, then organization. Organization, I don't feel needs to be that important because Einstein was not a very organized man.
Okay. I agree with your ranking.
Would you switch?
But for me, communication and productivity would probably be close. So
I think, yeah, you know what, communication, I think that would probably definitely be the most important thing.
Okay. Raphael, how do you feel about these if you had to rank them?
Gosh. I mean, communication, teamwork go hand in hand. Participation is the best. Organization already falls into it from the way that the assignments are done. So I think that organization's already there. So it's as important. Productivity is already being done as well. I think productivity, I guess, is already being formed by the way that we do this team discussion. That the way we are here, I mean, we're being productive, I guess. You know, we're still talking about it. So I guess it's least 1 is organization, productivity is 2, communication, teamwork, same amount, and participation the most.
Okay. My only tension would be with productivity, right? If we don't get anything done, our grades aren't going to be good.
Okay.
So, and I suggested that we do it this way just to figure out what quality gets the highest percentage. So I guess we could give, productivity, communication, and teamwork equal weight. And then participation, I think everybody agrees that that should have more weight than the others. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it
Sounds good.
Like that 20-20? And then
how about so maybe, what do you guys feel like, 30%, 35% participation? What's going to be our biggest?
I say
No, more.
40?
Yeah.
Okay. So then how about if we do 40 participation, 15, 15, 15, and then whatever's left. Does that work?
Yeah, it's so hard. These are so like interrelated and dependent on each other. I'm like, how do you make them all more important than the other? Minus, I think we can all agree organization is the least.
So maybe we do 45 for participation, 15 for the rest, and give organization 5.
I like that. Yeah.
With the understanding that organization is a given because we're going to have that defined at the beginning of every project.
Yeah.
And then productivity goes to 15. Do we like that, or do we feel like productivity needs to be higher than teamwork or communication? I guess we don't need to solve it now because we get to come
Yeah.
back and discuss this before we finalize it. Are we good leaving this here for now?
Yeah.
Right, we are going to come back to it.
All right. 50, 40, then 10. Okay. I'll just leave it at that, where we
Yeah.
like maybe say, hey, that's how the structure is. We'll come back to it then, of course.
Yep.
Policies. That one was weird. I don't know. This, I guess, what's the.
So I guess like what would be your, let's talk about like what would be expectations here that we would have with one another. So if we're going to be, communicating through group chat, I would say we should set a requirement that we check the group chat at least, I don't know, maybe every 2 hours just to see if, anyone on the team needs any information from us. I don't know, that's not too bad, every 2 hours. That way at least, I would say like every 4 or 6 hours, but, realistically we would see something before that, but just to, in case someone goes MIA, we could be like, hey, you're supposed to check in every 2 hours, I needed this from you.
Well,
So are you talking about the texting, that group chat?
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, that's just like one thing I could think of in terms of like policies, something we could expect from one another. So like what are realistic expectations we can set into place for one another?
Yeah, and I'd like to, if we're going to do that, I just want to set specific time or specific times, right? So
Okay.
if it's, 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I don't know, 7 o'clock in the evening, just have the understanding that that's when people are going to check in. And so don't expect anything before then. Or maybe 3 times a day is too much, you guys, I don't know.
Yeah.
We might not all have that flexibility to look at our phone and actually respond.
How about just a policy where, hey, at least twice a day you check the group chat? Kind of leave. I don't know how specific. If you want to get specific with times, that can work too. It's just like we would have to stick to one time zone. It looks like most of us were in different time zones.
I was gonna ask, who is all in Arizona time?
Well, I think me and Marcy are on Pacific time right now, which happens to align with Arizona time at the moment, but sometimes it doesn't. And then Ethan, you're on, what are you on?
Eastern.
Eastern, yes.
Oh, you're out ahead of me.
So
Yeah.
Ethan and Raphael, do you guys like the idea of having 2 set times a day where we know we're going to each look at our phone if we need to get a hold of each other, need action?
Well, I always have my phone on me, so basically I'll see the text that I have going on.
Yeah, me too.
So,
Me too.
but
I'll see it. Don't worry.
I just think if we did want to go ahead and set up like an actual specific time, in the evening and the night, I would be saying is having just say, hey, did you guys follow up with that initial post? Like, are you on that initial post? It's like kind of keeping us in check, but it's not so much of I guess to me, it's not so much as specific times. It's like, hey, because of course, whenever I'm at work, I'm not having my phone on me. I'm not text that often. So just checking in the evening, it's just, hey, at my lunch break, I can see what's going on. If you guys have anything to like say, then I can try to at least hit the group chat. And then if anything at night, it's just saying, hey, all right, my answer to anything. But if you guys see it on the Google Docs, I just put group chat requires saying hi in the evening and night. Say, how you doing?
Checking in. All right.
That works.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe keep the conversation up. Maybe just like build more of a relationship.
So I will do that. I will check my phone in the evening.
Okay.
Just know though that I work full time, and I'm usually like I have meetings in the day, I have conferences, I have call, like I just have so much stuff going on that for me, my fear is that I'm not going to be able to get back to you guys when you need me. So if there's something urgent that's going on where we all have to respond, like the assignment that Ethan was trying to put together, had we had a, you know, a group chat set up, and I knew that I needed to check it because I might miss something if I don't check it at 2 or whatever it is, that would have been more helpful. And it's not that I don't want to check in with you guys, but sometimes I just have to prioritize my time differently is all.
Right.
No, I totally understand. I think this should definitely be something that's a little more flexible. Just like, you know, no pressure. I think this is, you know, it looks like we all have iPhones and iMessage, and if we see a message in the group chat, we'll probably read it. I guess maybe we should probably like move on from this one, but I guess my main idea was just ensuring that we're checking it daily, to sum it up. Maybe we don't have to stress a time, you know. I don't want you to feel like you're going to miss out or be held accountable for something, because, you know, we all, I'm sure, are on hectic schedules. So let's make it something a little less stress, like, and just say, hey, at least once a day we're checking the group at the very least. And but, you know, if you see a message, read it. How does that sound?
I'm just putting in like a rough idea of my thinking of it, and then
Okay.
let's come back to it next time
Okay,
Come back
as
to
well.
it.
sounds good.
Team members will come to, oh gosh.
So in terms of procedures, how we'll take action, enforce policies, reward excellence, manage performance, maybe this is one that we can come back to next time we get together, after we read each other's feedback. Along with the policies, I kind of feel like she's already stated how it's going to work. She's going to observe our participation. She's going to reward it through grades or credit. And same thing if we fail to meet expectations in terms of the policy. So in the spirit of trying to get through as much of this as possible, I propose that we table that for now.
No, you're right. I think, but you know what? I think we fell into the trap that she warned us about as well. And we're supposed to be doing an ideal team. Yep. And again, we're narrowing in and focusing on the, you know, our little specific group. But no, you're definitely right. We should definitely table this one. We can come back to it. But I guess maybe moving forward, we should look at more of the bigger picture, like ideal teamwork, and then then from there we can narrow it down how it fits into the specific 4-person team.
Yep. So in terms of decision making, what I put as the ideal state is that team members would be empowered to make decisions, since we're operating under the charter, meaning we already have a clear understanding of the project, the dependencies, the end goal. And so in terms of decision making, whoever is responsible for the task or the assignment should feel empowered to make the decisions. And then when there's a conflict with the purpose is when we would get into group decision making. So that's what I put as my ideal state for decision making.
All I had for decision making, as I was filling this out super quickly before we came together, was a team should make decisions using our 2 most proven effective means of communication, which were our group chat and our Zoom meetings. That's all I got for decision making. So what do you guys think?
I think that's fine as long as we can make those decisions quickly, which it goes back to the earlier point of, you know, regular text message times, so that if we need to get to a decision, we can.
Okay.
But I'm fine with that. I also just don't want to slow things down if it doesn't really need to be a team decision, because I trust, you know, we're all trying to work towards the same end goal. So I trust you guys to make decisions in the areas, you know, you're responsible for.
Agreed.
Also, I was gonna say, I want to just kind of get to the bottom, and then we can just come back to where we thought maybe we could see improvement. But I wanted to move on to conflict resolution. So that one is handle internal conflict. I mean, it's just something that I feel if
So you put conflicts will be first attempted. Oh, this is Ethan. Conflicts first attempted to be resolved with group discussion, but the instructor can be pulled in if needed.
You know, I said something similar. I said kind of just follow like the chain of command, you know, one-on-one with the person, then team discussion, then if necessary, professor. So what do you guys think, general, just like chain of command, try with the individual first, see if the team feels the same way, bring the team in on it.
Yeah, because ideally we want to solve it ourselves. I mean, I don't think it will ever escalate to more than that.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's hope. But we should be able to solve it ourselves.
Yeah, I along the same lines put person to person, and then if, in the team meetings if the conflict is disrupting the project. And then when you guys read my draft of the charter, if you read it, I proposed kind of an agenda for our team meetings, and one of the things that we could just quickly hit on is if there is an issue. And if there's not, then we move through it, but if there is an issue, then we stop and address it.
Yep.
So what would be our channel just of communication for this? Would it be through the text message, the group chat? Is that like, or do we want to individually talk to the person? Maybe individually text or email that person? Or what do you guys?
So if I have to address something kind of one-on-one with somebody, then I would probably try to set up a call, just because I think so much gets lost in translation. But if it's affecting the group, then I think it would be the team meeting.
I really like that. I think we should add in a schedule a call or schedule one-on-one meeting with that person. But yeah, that's a good call. And then from there, you know, just taking it up with the team if for whatever reason you can't handle it one-on-one, and for whatever reason if the team falls apart, we can take it to the professor. But I guess conflict resolution would generally, I think we could all agree, following that chain of command.
Yeah. And then in terms of problem solving, I don't know, gave the same answer from this point down in terms of my charter. But again, it's just, for me, it's about communication. If we have an effective agenda, then if there are issues, we would address it there. And then work offline where we need to.
Yeah, I put communication too. And then to me, for problem solving, the biggest thing is being open to others' ideas.
Yep.
Just keeping an open mind.
I feel like in problem solving, you can't shut down an idea. We just gotta go ahead and have it as a sidelined idea. I think in that problem solving, we can't just whenever she's bringing up an idea. I think we can go ahead and be force positive.
Okay. No fire hosing. I think.
What is fire hosing?
Where if you have an idea or something to say, or maybe a potential solution, you know, it gets shut down, it gets fire hosed, where you just kind of have to stop. You know, you can't continue your idea. I'm not even sure. Hosing, is that how you spell hosing? It looks weird.
That's
It
right.
kind of, yeah, it is right.
Yeah, that's right.
Whenever you look at a word for so long and you're like, wow, that's actually how it is in English and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, process improvement. Again, I'm sorry to be repetitive, but I think the team meeting is one of those areas where we could just have a quick check-in. Are there any processes that we need to look at in terms of improving? And this was also an area that I thought we might look at for roles. You know, if somebody has a knack for process improvement, or I don't know if any of you guys are process gurus, but I don't know, maybe that's a role for somebody. But the thing is, I don't know what process we would look at to improve, because we're going to establish the project and then we're going to execute the project and deliver it. So,
Right.
anyway.
Well, I guess just, I mean, how to improve that process. What we can, I mean, one way I think we're already improving this process is by doing virtual meetings. I guess just ensuring that we keep up with them. How about maybe we need to plan these meetings a little better, as far as just individually kind of collect our thoughts. I know I didn't collect my thoughts very well before I got here, so maybe just like as far as process improvement, we can each individually prepare. I mean, I know I can prepare better for the next one. Kind of just keep like a personalized agenda of questions and things we want to accomplish in the meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry if I'm rushing you guys. I just feel this tension around having to fill in all these boxes to get full credit for this assignment.
It's fine.
So in terms of changes in team membership, I just said, and I said this earlier in my charter, maybe not out loud to you guys, but wrote it, that discussion is early, and what I will commit to you and what I would appreciate is just early communication. If you can't kind of do your piece so that we can get it reassigned, because there's going to be changes to the team. Again, she established some kind of practice, you know, if team members fall out, how she's going to handle it on her end in terms of credit for the project. But just from a stress standpoint, if we can all just agree, if we have to drop out or aren't able to deliver on something, we just communicate that early so that we can reassign and maybe pull together or reorganize.
So be like Chad,
Yeah.
let us know early.
Right.
Yeah, let us know early on. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. And you know, one thing that I just actually considered is like addition to our team is a very possible thing, not only because we lost someone, but I don't know if you guys saw that she posted something about, you know, people getting to her about a better meeting time and possibly joining a different team. So maybe that's something we should consider. What if we get some rando on our team now, you know, come next week? How would the team address an addition to a member?
Right. Raphael, you want to drop that in there? I saw you were typing.
I guess
Just ensuring, I guess, you know, obvious we're welcoming and whatnot.
right.
But I guess just facing that, I just faced that right now. I was like, wow, you know, that's a possibility. We could actually get someone added to our team. How would we?
Yeah, and then they can read the charter for themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm dropping some notes into the changes to the charter. If that happens, we can add kind of that review of charter to a regular agenda and address it if it needs it, or skip it if it doesn't need to be addressed. But my hunch is after each project, we're gonna feel like we can tweak the charter to make it better in terms of how we're operating. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Oh yeah, I definitely think this is, it's early on to be trying to figure this all out and assigning all of these roles and responsibilities. So yeah, I definitely think it is an evolving thing that is gonna kind of come to itself over time, and a lot of this stuff will fall into place and we'll be able to come back and fix it accordingly.
Okay, so I don't know if you agree with my notes, but kind of just tried to drop in what I thought made sense.
On changes to charter. Oh no, yeah.
All right, so then now finally to the timeline and project plan. Looking at, how I put it was then, yeah, the task should be done by Friday, so everyone has time to contribute with enough time to fix mistakes before basically the deadline. So I don't know if you guys are thinking about having these projects be done by Friday. It kind of also lessens the load of saying, hey, we're still stressing on it being done on Saturday into the weekend. I don't know if anybody of us has the weekends free. I always work on Saturdays though too.
So I just suggest, it looks like our meetings, if these are going to be our meetings on Tuesdays, then really the only thing that's left is for somebody to post the recording and to do our summaries before the unit close date, which is actually on Sundays, it looks like, except for Unit 3, that's a Monday. So I would vote to give us as much time as possible because it's kind of in our own hands with the exception of the recording.
Yeah, I agree with Raphael said. I think Fridays is definitely like a good consensus to, let's have it done. Let's make sure we've all like proofread it a million trillion times and whatnot.
Wait, proofread.
So the assignment.
I'm talking about the pink box. Yeah, I'm fine with Friday for the assignment.
Yeah, so since we always see that our team discussions are always going to be on Tuesdays, that's our set schedule for, I think, should be our set schedule. So that's our pink box right there. For having that recording. Summaries are due by Wednesday because that's the day after. It's as close as to the team meetings that are being done on Tuesdays. And then
I don't understand why the summaries have to be done that soon. Like if I want to post my summary, I might be thinking about something else, but right, I have to summarize my contribution to this conversation. Why can't we put that as far out as possible so that I'm not having to do it by tomorrow? Am I misunderstanding?
No, if you yourself can remember and summarize like day after, 2 days after, or whatnot, then you can obviously do that. I think if you can remember,
that's a good point.
Yeah. If anything, we don't need to have like the summaries are then, I guess, what?
Those are like in kind of individual.
So
yeah, those are totally individual assignments. I think like group assignments we should have done, like our things that we each contribute to the group assignment. I think we should have done by Friday.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
That way we have
due by Friday. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, just a quick heads up, guys. We have 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in this meeting. Just a heads up.
Okay.
So it's good we made it all the way down here. I think we should go ahead and come up with a general. We should wrap this one up and kind of just make sure we're all clear on everything before we get kicked out of here. So definitely something I think that would be really good. I know something I will probably do just out of boredom and caring for this project at some point. within the next few days, I'll open up this Google Doc, see if anyone has added to it. If not, it's totally cool, but I'll probably work on it, kind of polish some things off. And I mean, how should we think about moving forward with this assignment? Should we all just take turns logging in, cleaning it up? Are we just gonna touch base next Tuesday? What do you guys think? Anyone have any feelings on that? I mean, I don't really, I'm pretty open-minded.
Okay, so I think if we were to polish up anything, instead of erasing anything, we just put parentheses around what could be said instead.
Yeah.
Like what we're going ahead and adding to it. So if we wanted to add anything over the next week, put in parentheses underneath or next the sentence or comment that's in one of the boxes. So we say, okay, this is what I wrote down as like clarification of what I see as it being like in the goal section, like what I see being our goals. Parentheses. Okay, next time we meet up, we look at all the parentheses add-ins, and then we say, okay, well, how do we clarify that to just be simple?
Okay.
So we have one more, agreed. We have one more team meeting next Tuesday to discuss this. It seems like we might want to schedule one more so that we have 2 more meetings to be able to finish this assignment before it's due next week, Monday, or Monday the 2nd.
So should we do another one this week, or do you guys want to do 2 next week?
Or do you guys think we need an extra one, or do you think just one next week is enough if we do the work?
We could do the one Tuesday next week, and then if we feel that we need another one after the Tuesday meeting, then we can schedule one.
Did we our backup time, like I thought it would be then Wednesday, since I guess nobody can do Thursday, correct?
Yeah.
Well, my schedule varies. It changes every week, but I'll be as flexible as possible.
Does everybody have their schedule for next week, Wednesday, for the 28th, just as a backup so we can hold it tentatively so it's there if we need it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Yes, I do have Wednesday available as a backup.
Anytime?
Anytime after 12 p.m., if that works for you guys.
So, yeah, I mean, of course, my thing is, so now that I think about it, Arizona time would
be 2 hours behind you.
Yeah, it's 2 hours behind me. And my class, I go by 5:30 because I have to get there. And then 7:30 is whenever I'm able to get back. So that's 3:30 Arizona time. And then 5:30 Arizona time.
So you're available 5:30 Arizona, after 5:30 Arizona time, or do you need a little more time? Like 6 Arizona time?
Well, also Ethan, since you're in Eastern.
Doggo.
What about noon? So noon, 2 or 3, depending. So noon for us, Sarah, 2 for you, Raphael, and 3 for you, Ethan. Does that work?
On Wednesday, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And then this is our backup meeting, right? We still have a 6 p.m. Tuesday? All right.
Yes.
6 p.m. Tuesday, and then backup 12 p.m.
On Wednesday.
Got it.
Okay, good.
All right.
In between now and the next time we meet, everybody's going to go in, make their comments, and note it the way Raphael described. I will do my best to do that. And then
like, I don't know if you guys think this is a good idea, but maybe like feel free to just send an update to the group message and say, hey, I added some stuff, or hey, I'm adding some stuff that happened. Just kind of as a check-in to like, that way we all know we're participating. Just like, oh, hey, I did this for the team today. If you did anything, just, that way we all know who's participating.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Thanks. Okay. So,
all right. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Good to meet y'all.
Yeah, next time you guys will actually be able to see my face. I have every light on in here. It's amazing. You still can't see anything.
All right.
All right. Nice to meet you guys. I will see you guys next week.
Okay,
All right.
bye.
See you
Bye.
next week.
Later. Bye.